But when you have a father who sort of lives by the credo that the streets are better than fucking making an honest day's work, what do you expect a kid to do? And it also doesn't help that Anthony was around his notorious uncle Robert. Now, if you're unfamiliar with Robert Center, we need to talk about him for a second because it's a little bit important. His name may not be, familiar to you, and it may be. I think the hardline mob genre people that know their mob history are going to understand what I'm about to talk about. And Robert Center was the guy who was responsible for killing Manny Gambino. Manny Gambino was the nephew of Carlo Gambino, and also who was involved in the hit was Jimmy McBratney. Now, Jimmy McBratney has notoriously been blamed for this murder, when in all actuality, he had nothing to do with the murder, was not even involved, but he's the one that paid for that murder. And we'll get into the McBratney stuff here in a second. Swing. The method is I'm going to be honest with you, pretty fucking brutal. They would either stab or shoot a victim, wrap a blanket or plastic around the victim's head, then they would place the victim on a tarp and do what is typically called an autopsy incision, from the shoulders to the sternum. They would then drag the body to the shower, hang it upside down until the body bled completely out. Then they would transfer the body back to the tarp and begin to dissect. Then they would distribute the parts at a Fountain Avenue dump. Many visitors to the Gemini Lounge who went downstairs to drop off collections would see often a body hanging in the bathroom, and they did it for two reasons. One, they didn't give a fuck, and two, it was for effect. Joseph Dracula Guglielmo, who actually lived in the downstairs apartment and who was the general caretaker to the Gemini Lounge, got the nickname Dracula for several reasons. He got it. The first reason why he got it is because he would bathe in the same fucking shower stall and tub that bodies had been drained of blood in. He also had a penchant for walking in while the crew was dissecting a body and asking where the pizza was. He would be pointed in the direction of where the pizza was. He'd pull a slice and he would start eating while he watched these guys dismember bodies. But they got a problem. When Castellano finds out about this murder, he wanted Roy Demeo killed immediately. Not only had Demeo killed a civilian, but he killed a girl. And that was just something that the mafia did not believe in. He also feared that there would be way too much fucking heat. He demanded the death of Demeo, and Nino continuously stood up for Roy, claiming that Roy was a good soldier, he was a loyal man. And ultimately, Castellano doesn't want to hear it. It just came down, honest to God, that Castellano enjoyed the money more than anything, and that's the only reason right there why Roy Demeo was left alive. Otherwise, he would have been killed.